Hey guys, welcome back, and today we have something really exciting with us, as you can already see behind me. Presenting to you BMW M2 Competition. Front end of the car, as you can see, it has a blackened out grille, this being the competition variant. You also have an aggressive looking front end right in front of you with the M2 Competition number plate as well in front. Moving on to the bottom, you have your intercoolers with an active air channel over here. If you can see, it actually progresses air from the front all the way to the back. Moving on to the headlamps, you have your signature BMW LED headlamps with your DRLs over there. Really nice. The grille, as I said, blackened out in your black finish, and you have your M2 badge as well over here, telling you that this is the M2. The front end, as you can see, it looks really nice, aggressive. Now this car is finished in the sunset orange, so it's a nice sporty color as well. Let's move on to this side profile of the car. You can see you have this wide wheel arches. You see the rear end is wider than the front. That's because of the staggered setup. So yeah, this is the side profile of the car. It's a pretty compact car, so that makes it really more aggressive, and it looks much better as well. So moving on to the wheels over here, you have your 19-inch alloy wheels. Now the fronts are wrapped in 245 rubber and the rears are wrapped in your 265 rubber. Now it is a staggered setup, so fronts are slightly smaller and the rear ones are bigger, but the alloy size remains the same. Now they are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires, so sports tires as well over here. We also have those huge M calipers finished in blue with those huge discs for those amazing stopping power. Going up on the top, you have your M2 badge over here on the fender line. Yes, this is how it looks. You have a nice M2 badge as well over here. Your mirrors as well, they are the M mirrors. If you can see, you have that winglet as well on the top, so for better aerodynamics, that's a really nice touch as well. Let's check out the side profile. So yeah, this is your side profile of the car. It looks really nice, sporty and aggressive. You have your nice skirts as well at the bottom, the M skirts at the bottom that really look nice. Let's move on to the rear half of the car. So yes, this is how the rear end of the car looks like. Very nice, aggressive. You have your quad tailpipe setup at the bottom, the diffuser at the bottom, your tail lamps that are LED. You have your parking sensors as well over here and a reverse camera. You also have your M2 Competition badge, which is right over here. And on the boot lid, you have your lip spoiler that is finished in body color, which is a nice looking touch on the boot lid. Let's check out the boot space now. Yep, as you can see, it's a pretty practical boot space for a sports sedan, so you can fit a couple of bags as well inside and go on those weekend trips. You have some hooks to strap your bag on either sides, and a space over here to keep some stuff, a little deep pocket over here. Under this you have your battery, so there's a battery that is stored under this. Let's close the boot, and Now let's get straight to the driver's side. Okay, so as you can see, the doors are frameless. So you have frameless doors over here. Now this is finished in Alcantara, in leather, and you have this orange pipe stitching over here going all around it. So now you can get this in two options. One is the orange, or the other option is blue. So this is spec'd in orange, which is a really nice thing. Your speakers are Harman Kardon, so you have Harman Kardon speakers for this, so really good audio as well. You also have your M2 Competition door sill at the bottom just before you enter the car, which is again a really nice touch. If you see the dash, it's pretty much your BMW-ish looking dash with your M steering wheel that looks really nice and sporty. The seats are, again, they look really nice, sporty. They have good amount of bolstering as well, and it is again stitched with orange. So this is spec basically in orange. So you have all the orange piping going all around the car with your M2 badge, which is here in the center of the seat. Now both the driver and the passenger seat is electronically adjustable. So you also have memory function right here. So that's a really nice thing. So now let's hop on inside and see what's there. Okay, hopping on inside the BMW M2 Competition. First thing, as you can see, you have a analog cluster, which is a really nice thing. They made it look like a digital, but it's an analog. So let me just tap the key. Yes, this is how it looks. So it has your M2 badge right there. You have your speedometer and your rev count meter. You have a lot more information right here at the bottom. So that's a really nice thing over there. Moving on, here you have your screen. So you can scroll to different stuff. You have your radio, your navigation, connect your phone, vehicle, where you can see stuff about the vehicle. So your basically your driving profiles, your stuff basically about the vehicle over here, your notifications in case there are any, and you have lots of stuff. You have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and stuff like that. You can connect your stuff over here. Now moving on to vehicle, you also have your M1 and M2 settings. So you can basically configure the way you want the steering, engine, your transmission and stuff like that to behave. You also have a button on the steering wheel. This is the update basically. So you can have your M1 and M2 buttons that are right here. So you can configure this and you can scroll to different stuff. Then you have your driver profiles. So you have different drivers. You can set your seat. You can set different driving modes as well right over here. So let's go to the M1 and M2. So here you can basically configure these many configurations. Your engine, so you can change it to Sport Plus, Sport or Efficient. So these are the options right here. And steering wheel, again, you can have it soft, or in Sport Plus it would be a little more stiffer for better driving. Again, the transmission, you have it into different modes as well, the D3, S1. So you can basically configure the gearbox as well. Now coming to the gearbox, this is the 7-speed dual clutch gearbox. So it's a really smooth shifting gearbox, which is a really nice thing. So that's another nice thing over here. So this is pretty much what is there on the infotainment system. You can do a lot basically on this. So again, coming to the steering, yes, they have paddle shifters, so very nice. You can basically control which gear you want to be in and stuff like that. You also have your volume controls on this side, and you have your controls for the infotainment system and your M1, M2 button on this side. So that's a really nice thing. On this side, this toggle controls the wipers, and this one controls the indicators. Typical German way of placing your toggle switches. You have your light switches placed right here. You have your AC controls, which is placed right here. So it's a dual zone AC. So basically you can configure two separate one for the driver, one for the passenger, so that's a good thing. So you can change different temperatures on both sides, so that's a really nice thing. And what else? AC vents, pretty basic. You have a piano black finish over here. I think you can also spec this in carbon if you want. You also have a carbon option as well over here, which comes here on your door handles and certain places around the car. This is your center portion of the car. Basically, you have a toggle that controls your infotainment system right there, so pretty self-explanatory toggle right here. Your transmission, which few buttons like your traction control off and stuff like that, different driving modes as well. Here you have your cup holders. This is the key of the BMW M2 Competition, a typical BMW looking key. You also have some space over here. You have a space under your armrest as well, with some USB port as well, and a place to maybe store your phone or keep your small tidbits. Moving on to the glove box, you have a pretty decent sized glove box where you can house your papers or small things as well over here. Door bins over here are nice. You can house your 1 liter bottles with ease and keep some stuff as well over here. Very well designed. Now you have a vanity mirror with a light for the driver, as well as a vanity mirror with a light for the passenger as well. You also have an auto dimming mirror right here with some lighting inside. So you have light switches, reading light switches on both the sides here, and these are your reading light switches. So pretty much a very nice and practical cabin to be in. So when your ignition is basically on off, you also have the M2 Competition that is written right down there. So that's a digital screen right there. So now let's go to the rear seats. So yes, this car does have rear seats. Let's check out how it is to sit at the back, and let's go. So to access the rear seat, what you need to do is, there's a toggle right here, there is a lever right here. Let me just get that lever. You move this in front, and then with this electronic switch you move it right in front. So you move the seat right in front. Yep. Also, what I need to mention to you are the seat belts. You have your M seat belts, so you have the red and blue stitching around it, which is again a really nice thing. So now these are the rear seats of the car. This is how they look. These are your rear seats. So let's hop on in and see how practical they are to sit in. Okay. So yeah, let's get the seat behind. So you need to basically get the seat behind so that it doesn't touch the roof line. And yeah, so now I'm about 6 feet tall, and I have decent amount of leg room, knee room, as I said, and the front seat as well is adjusted to my position, so that's a good thing. In terms of headroom, it's not that great, but who would complain in an M car? No one would. So that's another nice thing. Visibility outside is nice. You have a good window line on both sides, so it's not too claustrophobic as well. I have my own AC vents down here with a 12-volt charging slot, so I can, charge my phone on long drives as well. I have some space to keep some things over here, so that's another nice thing. Again, the orange piping goes on the rear end as well. You also have your M seat belts over here at the back as well, which is a really nice touch, and your M embossed into the seat. Looking at the dash from the rear, this is how it looks like. It is finished in all black. You have the piano finish as well in this one. So it's really nice, practical, and nice place to be in. So now let's get straight to what powers this beast. So what we need to do is release this, move this forward. Yeah, let's get out. So now to open the engine bay, you need to click it twice. Yeah. Okay, so under the hood is a 3-liter inline 6 producing somewhere around 410 horsepower and 550 Newton meters of torque, which powers this beast really great, and you have a really good 0 to 100 as well. So if you notice on the engine bay, you have this carbon thing going around over here, which is a really nice thing. And the engine bay looks nice, well laid out. This is what is there in the engine bay. So now let's click the bonnet down. One here, one here. So this is pretty much what the BMW M2 Competition is. Now let's hear how this car sounds in different driving modes. So without any further ado, let's get straight at the rear end. And now to the fun part. This efficiency, just let's give it a rev. So this is your efficiency. Now let's move it to sport. So you have a little more deeper rumble. And to the sport. Ooh. You have those pops and bangs. And with that, guys, we wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, found it informative. If you have any more questions regarding the M2 Competition, do let us know in the comment section down below. With that, guys, we see you next video. Also, do not forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell icon so that you get notified every time I put up a video. See you next video. Bye-bye. See you in
Hey, click the notification bell icon.